operations officer. What that means is it was my job to steal secrets and recruit spies. I'd like to thank all of you who paid your taxes. You helped my family and I have a great life. We all know the problem, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's a huge increase in the number of anti-Semitic threats towards Jewish communities across America. This includes a striking surge in students on college campuses saying things which when I was in college, we could not have ever fathomed them saying. In fact, when you said those things, you were kicked out of the school. In November 2023, 73% of Jewish college students reported that they experienced or knew of anti-Semitism in the school. Since October 7th, almost half of the Jewish students don't feel safe. So we're working to put together a program to make them feel safe, not just Jewish students, but Jewish communities writ large. Much of this organized Jew hate that's on campuses or originates in the Gaza, comes from Turkey, Qatar, other places that are supposed allies, and we're doing our best to stop that. Our mission, number one, reduce victimization of all participating Jewish communities, including students on and off campus. Increase law enforcement and governing officials' abilities to prevent violence by generating actionable intel. Third, improve the overall quality of life in at-risk communities. That's our objective, and my entire team is here today. Entire team, raise your hand. Where are you? We got some over here, some over there. These are the folks that are working with us to put this in place. It's going to be a two-part project. One part's a quick response team. I'm a licensed private investigator in the state of Florida, and what we're going to have is a phone number where any Israeli-bound client can call us and say, hey, there's some guy parked out in front of my house and I'm afraid. Okay, within 30 minutes, a private investigator like this gentleman right here, John Stone, is going to come up and knock on the window of the car parked in front of the house and say, can I help you? When you roll down the window, he's going to take a picture. When they drive off, he's going to take a picture of the license plate. All that information gets turned over to law enforcement. Then he's going to go up and knock on the door of the person who called and said they were concerned and say, Mrs. Schwartz, because you love Mrs. Schwartz, everything is fine. We're here to help take care of you. They're gone now. Please have a nice afternoon, nice evening, whatever the case may be. That's the quick response team. We're also going to blend that with an anti-Semitic violence prevention task force. Felicia Pecora, retired Tampa PD lieutenant, is an expert at training in those type of scenarios, and so she'll be leading that effort. So who are we? You have a team that has literally, I'm afraid to say, centuries of experience. CIA, including working with Mossad. Law enforcement, including expertise in community engagement, event security, and a bomb technician. Media operations, including traveling to Israel, going through the tunnels, and making movies. Military, again, John's former airborne, and we have a very special guest today that I hope you'll give him a round of applause. An IDF soldier, lives in Judea. He's visiting on leave. Where's Avi? There he is, right here. Thank you for your service. We also specialize in crisis management. We have threat response, private investigators, and legal covert operations. So that's who we are. We've worked Super Bowls, World Series, children's parades, hospitals, hotels, banks. I was in Uganda. I was responsible for the security of Entebbe Airport. I'm sure everyone in this room knows about the Entebbe Airport and the fact that Bibi Netanyahu's brother was the only one killed in that operation. So I was there for a year. We have unique intelligence capabilities through our relationship with law enforcement that we want to use to protect the community. So what are we going to try and do? We have 4 initiatives. 1, mobilize Americans to adopt a conservative war footing. We have to get them paying attention. We have to get them understanding what's at risk. That's what a war is. Something's at risk. We're going to educate officials to understand the threat of Islamic Jihad. It's been going on in the U.S. for, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? It's coming home to roost. We see it on our college campuses, we see it on our city streets, and we're going to work to put a stop to it. We're going to present Israel and America's superior moral position of defeating the attacks of Islamic Jihad against Israel and the West. Finally, we're going to make a documentary exposing Hamas as a terrorist organization, including their unspeakable massacres of the Jews on October 7th. On October 8th, the day after that happened, I sent my resume, my classified resume, to Norm and to Tom Trento and said, I got to get back in this fight. I'm done being retired. The world changed on October 7th. It changed for me, it changed for everybody else in this room. This change is fueled by anti-Americanism, anti-Israelism, jihadis energized by various Marxist organizations. It's a threat to all Americans. The United West is on the front line fighting the left wing, media, and the PR battles. That's why we make movies. We're going to start doing a TV series, radio shows to get the word out so that the word can reach more and more Americans and they can understand what's at stake. Most of the people in this room are old enough to remember the Tet Offensive and what the New York Times did to the military fighting the Tet Offensive. We're going to do the same thing, only the other way around. We're going to use the media to win the war. Metaphorically, we need the ammunition to be victorious. Just like the IDF needs ammunition, plain and simple, we need money. We are a 501c3 registered organization, and we appreciate anything that you could donate, and may God help all of us stand against the evil and fight for our security. Thank you very much.